Team of the season is here, and if you're looking for a cheap and reliable way to buy your FC25 coins over Team of the season, then please look no further than FIFAcoin.com. There's going to be loads of great promos going on, and you can get an extra 5% when you use my code Martain. Link will be in the description.
Hi guys, Martain88 here, and welcome back to another Eafc 25 video. And today we are having a look at the 4-2-3-1 custom tactics and player roles. Now, I use the other variation of 4-2-3-1, but to be honest, it's irrelevant. It's only because it's easier to fit players in my opinion. The way that it's set up in terms of the the tactics and the roles, it's identical. And there's plenty of other formations like that. If it depending on how you set the roles up and the tactics, they all play very, very similar. And that's one thing actually that I've enjoyed, but definitely noticed this year from the new tactic structure, is that you can make formations a lot different, and actually some of them can become very, very similar. And we get a little bit too fixated with numbers, 4-2-3-1, 4-4-1-1, whatever it is, So let's have a look and see how this plays. First things first, build-up style, short passing. Okay, I've repeated this an awful lot this year, so apologies if you've heard it a few times. But for me, no matter what level that you're at, not losing the ball inside of your own half is absolutely critical. Okay, and having short passing on will help you with that. I can promise you that. Okay, I just did a coaching session with somebody new this year. This week, so I've been conceding loads of, I've been giving the ball away a lot inside of my own half, and that's leading to goals. And I was like, well, yeah, obviously it will do. Let's change this to short passing. Showed him where all the options were from having that. Solved the problem. I think people get too bogged down with the fact that, it's really going to hinder my attack and it's all going to be so slow. That's absolute garbage. Okay, right. Defensive approach, aggressive, line height 95. Patch hasn't changed a thing. Stick with 95. We want to be nice and aggressive. We want to win the ball high up. Everybody's got lightning fast defenders. If you're thinking about lowering it, it's a skill problem. And it means that you're just not seeing what you need to cover, basically. Okay, what do you need to cover? You need to try and cover the passes into the strikers, because that's what everybody wants to do. They want to go through the middle, and also look for those corridors of space between the fullback and the right back. The fullback and the centre back. A lot of people will be playing 4-2-1-3. The left winger and the right winger will be an inside forward, which means that they will attack those areas of space. Trust me, if you plug them holes with the CDM, there won't be an issue. All right. Whew. Right. Player roles. So, guys, before we get into the player roles, I did just want to remind you of my coaching services that are on offer. I'm an FC25 coach. It's what I do for a living, a professional one. I've been doing it for 4 or 5 years. So if you're somebody that's looking to improve at the game, jump on board. I've improved loads of people this year. Email address is on screen, even if you want to come and get some information. So, 2 centre-backs are on defender and defend. That's never going to change in a million years. Mark Kenios is wicked, by the way. 2 fullbacks are on fullback and balanced. We have to get them involved. We really, really do. By getting them involved, it just helps us create a bit of an overload further up the pitch. But equally, we don't want them on wing back or something like that, because we don't want them just flying forward on their own and leaving great big holes, 2 CDMs are on deep line, playmaker and build up. These are very similar to a lot of other tactics that I've put up. The CDMs are critical, both defensively and offensively. Obviously, in attack, the reason why I have them on build up and deep line playmaker is because we want them far enough up the pitch where they can help out and help recycle the ball. If you've got the ball wide and you're in a little bit of trouble, you want them there to be able to come back. We don't have to come back miles, back to the halfway line, So you want to recycle the ball and keep things moving, yeah? Then the difference here in comparison to the 4-2-3-1 second variation that I use, of course, is that you have to use 3 cams. And that's purely the reason that I use the other 4-2-3-1 and because where they're wingers, I can have them inside forward and balanced. That's the only change. McManaman and Clivert here will do very, very similar thing. If we have a look at without the ball and then with the ball, you can see that Clivert and McManaman will still operate the wings. They will, but they're just coming in ever so slightly. That will make the right back and the left back of the opponent come in slightly, leaves the space for the two fullbacks. So we have to get them two fullbacks moving. And if we do, there's plenty of space to get them into good positions, high and wide, you know. And then we can come into the middle. Because if you force somebody out wide, and they drag people from the middle out wide, that will leave space in the middle, okay? Then, the central cam is on Shadow Striker because I want these two to work together as a pair. At times, it's like having a cam, and at times, it's like having a front two. It's a nice little combo, to be honest with you. So, guys, there we have it. There's my 4-2-3-1 custom tactics and player roles. Code is on screen. If that's helped you out in some way, then please drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys very, very soon. See you there, guys. Bye-bye.